What I have here is something I can reveal to you. "451 pages of unredacted documents and information." All of it here. His government released this. We have since obtained this, which is a very different version of events. Perhaps he'd like to explain why these documents confirm the US is demanding the NHS is on the table in the trade talks. These uncensored documents leave Boris Johnson's denials in absolute tatters. Voters need to ask themselves some very serious questions. Is the NHS safe in Boris Johnson's hands? We've now got evidence that under Boris Johnson, the NHS is on the table and will be up for sale. He tried to cover it up in his secret agenda, but today it's been exposed. Now we know the truth. When Johnson says, "Get Brexit done," it's a fraud on the British people. This is the reality. Years of bogged-down negotiations, and our NHS is up for sale. This election is now a fight for the survival of our National Health Service as a public service free for all at the point of need. So for the want of any doubt, let me give this reassurance. Labour will never, ever treat our NHS as a bargaining chip in trade talks with anybody. We will never let Donald Trump get his hands on our NHS, because our NHS is not for sale.
Handheld mic. Oh, yeah. Where is it? Handheld.
These reports cover 6 rounds of talks running from July 2017 until just a few months ago. The meetings took place in both Washington, D.C. and London. The 6 rounds should be taken as one ongoing negotiation. We're talking here about secret talks for a deal with Donald Trump after Brexit, a deal that will shape our country's future. These reports pull back on the curtain of the secrecy that's been plotted for all of us behind closed doors by this Conservative government. This is what they don't want you to know. The documents show that we were right. In fact, negotiations have advanced even further than we feared they had. The US and the UK have already finished initial discussion on lengthening patents for medicines. Longer patents can mean only one thing: more expensive drugs. Lives will be put at risk as a result of this. I made it very clear anti-Semitism is completely wrong within our society. Our party did make it clear when I was elected leader and after that anti-Semitism was unacceptable in any form in our party or our society, and did indeed offer its sympathies and apologies to those that had suffered, and the party set up a process in which I proposed that be a strong process, and I proposed an even stronger process at the National Executive in July, which was agreed by the party conference and was therefore is now part of our rules. And people who commit any acts of anti-Semitism are rapidly dealt with in the party. It affects 0.001% of the party membership, and we are saying one is one too many. And I acknowledge what the Chief Rabbi said yesterday. I would also point out that very large numbers of other people in the Jewish community have made it very clear that they do support Labour, that they do recognise my absolute commitment that every community in our country will be safe under a Labour government.